Alright, I've makeshifted a tripod of sorts, and we're going to give this a shot. Well, that's not going to work. That did work. There you go. How about that? I just used a Sawzall to cut a Tomahawk steak bone. Don't see that every day. I guess the lesson there is you can cut bone with Sawzalls, and I have a Sawzall. Look at the size of this. This is just, that is intense. I'm gonna cut this. I'm basically just gonna score the meat. That way the seasoning that I put on here is gonna sear into the cross cuts. I do the same thing whenever I cook steaks normally. Seems to work pretty great. I'm assuming I'll have the same results here. Now I'll turn this away. This Rata knife is extremely sharp. This is actually listed as a tomato knife. I got the idea to get one after visiting Dad. He had one, and it's actually turned into my main all-purpose knife for cutting meat. It's extremely sharp. It's made of surgical steel, and I gotta tell you, I'm a huge fan. Alright, let's flip this over. Golly, this thing is immense. This is almost offensive, it's so big. It's like what you'd imagine Fred Flintstone eating. Whenever that intro comes on for the Flintstones, they bring up that very large piece of meat that flips his car over. This is almost that size. The marbling on this is really pretty. I wish I could show you the thing that I did to make you stand right there where you're at. I made an interesting setup with some tape, holding my phone off the edge of the counter, pointed at this, so you guys could see it. Oh Lord. That's a big piece of meat. Alright, let's get some seasoning. Alright, for seasoning, I'm going to use a couple things. I got this Weber Steak and Chop. This is pretty good. It's got some salt and pepper and different spices in it. It's real good. And then I also got this McCormick's Brown Sugar Bourbon Grill Mate. I'm going to put a little bit of both of these on here. And this cross cut will help the seasoning kind of get in between there, and it'll do some magical stuff inside of the meat. It just helps tenderize it and whatnot. Before I rub that in, I'm also going to go ahead and just sprinkle this on here. Alright, so this is another angle of our Tomahawk. It's got seasoning all over it. That's the bone I cut loose. And the Sawzall, I still got to pack it up. If we took a tape measure of this now, let's see, this is about, looks like it's about 15 inches. So that's good. So I'm guessing I didn't measure it correctly if 17 would have been that. That's way more than 2 inches. So, anywho, it's covered in some dry seasoning, and I just want to let that sit for a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna prep my grill. Make sure that I got some wood chips, which I happen to have a thing of wood chips here. Ta-da! And I'm gonna put these on there. These are hickory flavored. I'm gonna put the wood chips in the smoker, and then we'll go from there.